You don't tire for yeri boku talk with no substance or sweet talk with plenty lie inside. Then now, na the term for strip the headlines bare and tell the story just like it is. Brutally Frank goes where others won't, exposing the real stories behind the headlines.
We tackle issues of maximum importance to the growth of Sierra Leone, from politics to the economy, agriculture, education, health, and tourism.
By serving as your voice in asking the why, where, how, and when questions to the people them we responsible. This na Brutally Frank.
This is Brutally Frank.
Showing every Sunday at 7 p.m. on Slik TV, channel 37, and streaming live on our Facebook page and official website.
Hey, I don't want to play connections with the man.
Man them. This na boys. We say man and they put all thing at table from Pantap to good inside boys. We know they hide behind the shadow at all. We real and this them now all but we.
Every woman first, let me start that, always they look for a successful man. So likewise, majority of the men also they look for a successful woman.
We can't talk about we hustle and we dey spend money.
When you like somebody, you first of all get for take care of whatever you like. Make them a priority.
We relationship and waiting people they expect for we man them.
You know, women are more emotional than men. If you start them, where you enjoy them, you go they come.
This not a side where we just they can't talk. This na brotherhood. Na side for let you see and feel what it really mean for be boy picking.
Sex is intimacy.
This na boys. So come na the bar, grab a chair, buy a drink, let we talk, chill and vibe. Cause this na boys. We side where they shake the table.
Are you a lady going through issues in a relationship? You dey chop breakfast, you dey see pepper, my sister, you don't know who to talk to. Well, welcome to Girls Talk. Here on Girls Talk, we discuss everything that has to do with ladies and their relationships. Also, we get for the play entertaining and exciting games them. Not forget the gist part. Of course, Time Maggie get for the take place now. Always watch Girls Talk right here on Slik TV, channel 37. Get them nice.
With a promo code and get a welcome bonus. OneXBet.
Look for where for withdraw money from overseas. PC Foreign Exchange Bureau they make them easy, fast and reliable. No matter who side na salon. From the heart of the city to the far corners of the country, with the right usai you need we. PC Foreign Exchange Bureau get branch across the country for serve you better one. Inside Freetown, you can find winner 59 Wellington Street, 16 Godrich Road na Lombly, number 10 and 53 Sani Abacha Street, 19 Fobe Road, 31 Guard Street, 9 Kuto Road, 24 City Road, Potty Market, Wellington, 32A Wilkinson Road, and 9A Liverpool Street, Waterloo. We presence they go beyond the capital, and we don't extend we reach across the country for serve you any Southside day. We also dena 76 Concado Road, Kono, 5 Palmer Street, Kabbalah, 35 IDA Road, Cambia, 54 Dambala Road, Bo, 39 Hanga Road, Kenema, 29 Robane Road, Makeni, 137 Airport Ferry Road, Lunge, and Lagos Compound na Kaila Untong. No matter who side PC Foreign Exchange Bureau get branch near you with dedicated staff from the foreign exchange where they at your service. Visit any nearest branch near you today. PC Foreign Exchange Bureau, they bring your money home nationwide.
Every second that the society they make headline and they issue them, Kintinap now we aid, even for clear them, Kintikanga.
Those 550 plus lawyers voted on a resolution that I be the electoral commissioner for the bar. Because of course they believe in me.
So important for broke down the issue today, for let the public understand.
3 values where this country stand for. 1, with cultural values. 2, with spiritual values. And 3, with moral values.
Nothing where they don't write, nothing where they don't put on internet, nothing AI they give you.
Now that's make we they bring come to you the Today Show. We get segments where they range from interview on the big issues like.
We are very much optimistic, say, through the ballot, we are going to clinch the 2028 elections. Okay. Not by rigging.
Because you know when they rig elections, now during the entire for determine the system of government who wants, for determine electoral laws, so, for do boundary delimitation.
Get ready for the roller coaster ride. So we day-to-day story them as we dive deep into the heart of the matter.
This waka fine bus will be carried. If we get a proper transportation system, we'll be able to congest free talk.
The leaders that we have is a reflection of us, the people.
The Today Show Breakfast, only on Slik Television, Channel 37. Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Noodles now the most delicious noodles inside salon. We come with chicken flavor, beef flavor, and spicy flavor. If you want boku for sale, now for contact the number there so +232 88 00 8888. Tasty One Noodles now a product of In Salon and na halal certified. Tasty One Noodles, so delicious.
Team up. Cancel. Not to you calling me. Let me bomb.
So say na you boss standing. What you do it for? Undress me.
Okay, you all bite. Somebody put 150. The bite condition, you want to see the baby in pants.
So who that you go listen to? You mama or you best buddy? Love. Marriage.
And this is the surprise. You know, you always left you in house. If you say you sing about your love.
Cheating.
Listen to me, Idris. Listen to me. I'm at your office right now. And you're not in an office. You tell me say you don't go meeting. Rather than a woman you didn't sign to carry.
Romance. And love.
This is the mistake. Next time, clean it up.
To important issue them where they affect Salon and the world. The Epic Morning Show, they set the agenda for the day by way for look inside social, economic and political environment and self bring interesting topic them when need critical answer and solution them. Where they bring the issue them come to Unu.
Those 550 plus lawyers voted on a resolution that I be the electoral commissioner for the bar. Because of course they believe in me.
So important for broke down the issue today, for let the public understand.
3 values where this country stand for. 1, with cultural values. 2, with spiritual values. And 3, with moral values.
Nothing where they don't write, nothing where they don't put on internet, nothing AI they give you.
Now that's make we dey bring come to you the Today Show. We get segments where they range from interview on the big issues like.
We are very much optimistic, say, through the ballot, we are going to clinch the 2028 elections. Not by rigging.
Because you know when they rig elections, now during the entire for determine the system of government on want, for determine electoral laws, for do boundary delimitation.
Get ready for the roller coaster ride. So we day-to-day story them as we dive deep into the heart of the matter.
This waka fine bus will be carried. If we get a proper transportation system, we'll be able to congest free talk.
The leaders that we have is a reflection of us, the people.
The Today Show Breakfast, only on Slik Television, Channel 37. Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Every second that the society they make headline and they issue them, kintinap now we aid. Even for clear them, kintikanga.
Those 550 plus lawyers voted on a resolution that I be the electoral commissioner for the bar. Because of course they believe in me.
So important for broke down the issue today, for let the public understand.
3 values where this country stand for. 1, with cultural values. 2, with spiritual values. And 3, with moral values.
Nothing where they don't write, nothing where they don't put on internet, nothing AI they give you.
Now that's make we dey bring come to you the Today Show. We get segments where they range from interview on the big issues like.
We are very much optimistic, say, through the ballot, we are going to clinch the 2028 elections. Not by rigging.
Because you know when they rig elections, now during the entire for determine the system of government on want, for determine electoral laws, for do boundary delimitation.
Get ready for the roller coaster ride. So we day-to-day story them as we dive deep into the heart of the matter.
This waka fine bus will be carried. If we get a proper transportation system, we'll be able to congest free talk.
The leaders that we have is a reflection of us, the people.
The Today Show Breakfast, only on Slik Television, Channel 37. Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Every
Hello, good morning from Freetown Salon. Well, time from studios right now, just slightly after 8 this morning. Well, from wherever you watch, we are across the world. The time varies, whether in the US or any other continents, the time varies. So you get the option for following on with social handles. Slik TV on Facebook, Slik TV on YouTube, and sliktv.com, our website. Channel 37 every day. Hello, my name is Patrick Salia. This is Today's Show Breakfast here on Slik Television on Channel 37. Welcome to the maiden edition of this show where they start your day with classic items, analysis, and stories with border and pertinent to you, your community, and your survival, your daily living. We're there for you, with you, and about you. Quickly though, before we kickstart with conversation and go into other aspects of the show, I'll bring you up to speed with a motivational message here for you today. Where basically they tell you, say, public education once produced stars, now it struggles to shine what dimmed the light. We used to get 8 A's, 9 A's, and much more in public exams, WASC especially, Becker, and then PSE. But not anymore. That's not the thrust of the conversation this morning here in the Today Show Breakfast on Slik Television. We'll get some other items for you lined up. But firstly though, I'll bring you up to speed also. Remember, we're in the transition process between the rainy season and the dry season. So I'll bring you up to speed with the weather forecast. because the stories were also critical to you before we go into the conversation about waiting make with public schools not to produce the top performers or the top best performers anymore in public exams. NPSC, Becker, and WASC. When last did you see that? Okay, let's start with telecommunications. So you will subscribe for internet. Of course, the world now, we all, one way or the other, depend largely on internet, just like food, right? Because you get for use and for do business and other activities, right? But quite recently, some of we got shocked, I'm sure. So here is, for example, let's take you through the subscription first of all. For you, before I bring you up to waiting Peter Komba in react to, let's bring you up to speed with the subscription. So if you subscribe Orange for now, it used to get 60 leons as part of these options. So you used to get like 15 leons, 40 leons, 60 leons, and then 100 leons. But as at few days ago, in fact, few hours ago, it depends on who's you find yourself, the 60 leons was removed. No notice whatsoever. So 60 leons is no more. So 40 leons straight up. So you were used for subscribe 60 leons for 1 week, it's no more. Maybe then go reverse them after some pressure. Or maybe it will remain this way, how you day. So these are the orange yon. The weekly bundle, for example, without prior notice. And this, look at this. This is from Think AfriCell. Also shoots exponentially. And the same happened also with QCell. So both Orange, AfriCell, and QCell then shoot up the data subscription exponentially without firstly notifying the audience or then subscribers why then for Duam and whether they do them in the first place. So let me go to Peter Komba, for example, one of the many Sierra Leoneans, so many people will depend on internet for their activities. Here is what Peter Komba wrote on Facebook. He said, I'm writing out of deep concern about the recent increase in the weekly collect data bundle. Well, not only Orange, AfriCell and QCell join. Many of us have noticed that the 7 days package has moved up to 100 leons for 2 Mbps without any prior announcement. While we understand that prices may change over time, the sudden rise, that's the underlining word, the sudden rise has become as shock to a lot of customers who are already struggling to make ends meet in these difficult times. So not only about them, we basically depend largely on internet, then social media influencers, TikTokers, and YouTube, Facebookers, and other handles, any other social handlers. Me and you too depend on the internet these days, just like food. They use them for do online marketing. So man, you not get top up for do regular call. So we don't do that in subscription day for the week, for example. Nai a abupa for calling on cool for drag, for lunch, school fee, whatever it is. You not get normal top up. Even SMS, you not get them. So who's I expect them for go pull? So that's 60 leons is no more. AfriCell as well, shoot exponentially. QCell as well, falla. They're all onto the line. This is something we will follow from NATCA later on, because this seems for the turn a bottleneck. Now listen to President Julius Maada Bio quickly, because just on Friday, he began a Cambia district, Usai go join other people, farmers and the World Health, the United Nations for celebrate World Food Day 2025. Inside that World Food Day celebration day, President Julius Maada Bio make a statement where now done they turn some form of analysis among members na the new media, especially ordinary Sierra Leoneans, where it's like for them na provocation.
Time now when they're angry, plenty man they wait to make their hearts keep warm all the time. Now when they're angry, they're not one for soccer, so they make one match for everybody. If you don't get in bomb and money, when I eat some man they eat. I swear, the whole day, that's mine no more. Plenty man they...
right, so now it don't turn to debates in certain quarters, and now some Sierra Leoneans, instead of Sierra Leoneans, how they feel offended. Well, it depends on who they talk to or who they listen to. Somebody go say the one way they grumble, where they complain, or where they feel offended, are members of the opposition. Whereas the opposition would say, not to the normal, they angry the bet, and not to the normal, they're at war. Okay, you know, remember some time recently, there was a container where they been say 40-feet container precisely, where reports been say get missing in Wataki. Now, reports emerge say that container they get some substance them, some chemical them, where they use for processed kush, and that kush they now ravage Sierra Leonean population right now, especially young people. So the debates don't go on for some time now. Police don't say, they don't pull out press release, ONS don't respond, say, in fact, we don't pull the substance them inside the container will be mixed with some other item them and pull them substance and they go burn them. Plenty of people will ask question, where the video evidence, where the other evidence them for sure say, indeed, when I go burn them. When I claim, say, when I call people them from the media and other parts them for witness the exercise, but weigh the evidence. Nobody no come out for substantiate. And now some civil society group them, civil society consortium on service delivery, now don't say, they don't clear the state authorities of any wrongdoing inside every incident they for burn their item then they. And talk and go, talk and come. Then say now, the port authority not do anything wrong. So let me get that in the press conference on Friday. Also, let me react to this long line of arguments and bashing against the ports and the security apparatus of the country. Rabia Tumansare began at our press conference day, and here is the report.
People, guess what time it is? This is the time for grab your swimsuit, bronze jean and tank top, because a big fiesta is back again. This year, we go take you to the poolside. So are you ready for the Splash Game edition? With non-stop good sound and a night full of energy. The big fiesta go take place now Paradise City, Aberdeen Beach. Mark your calendar for Saturday, November 8th. Just 12 o'clock afternoon. Everything gonna begin. Ordinary ticket now 100 euros standard. VIP 200 euros. It's gonna be a non-stop vibe, classic performance from different artists to grace the stage. Relax and enjoy quality entertainment with top-class DJs and fantastic crazy pool game setting. Saturday, November 8th. You and me, now you lost. So join us, make easy with a big radio with crazy bronze jeans and make a splash together. Stay tuned for more updates. Guides are Epic Radio. Trust me, this one get for be epic for real. Epic Fiesta Splash Game Edition. Splash and chill.
Epic Fiesta. Epic Fiesta. Epic Fiesta.
Every second that the society they make headline and they issue them, can up now we aid. Even for clear them, can skanga.
Those 550 plus lawyers voted on a resolution that I be the electoral commissioner for the bar. Because of course they believe in me.
So important for broke down the issue today, for let the public understand.
3 values where this country stand for. 1, we cultural values. 2, we spiritual values. And 3, we moral values.
Nothing where they don't write, nothing where they don't put on the internet, nothing AI they give you.
Now that's make we they bring come to you the Today Show. We get segments where they range from interview on the big issues like.
We are very much optimistic, say, through the ballot, we are going to clinch the 2028 elections. Okay. Not by rigging
Because you know when they rig elections, now during the entire for determine the system of government on want, for determine electoral laws.
Okay, so that story they will get ready for you later in the show. But let's go to Onkolili quickly. Some war victim the way government be relocates now to Onkolili district. Don't begin cry loud. Say then they suffer bad one as governments not look inside anymore. So Aminata Kamara been go work on that side quite recently and talk to at least one of them.
Particular polio when we work no go far, no get skill land, no language. As the end user you get for activity. So me I feel like for me company where they been a street where the last time where company because of help they bonus no dey and they side for people like if you sit down at house you no come out I go take care for you no way no. So last time I found the company say we are for where this way a big no more struggle but me wetin am concern wey I get for send to the government of Sierra Leone we say we are extreme concerning about jobless world jobless okay no job for me but me I thank God where all and work now as they see I say possible I say possible so if you like government of Sierra Leone NGOs by the way they consider the disabled they will their very far away landscape when self because you don't need for tomorrow and buy or picking it but who don't landscape there now help not the free opportunities beside the disabled go be any side of the go be no disability beside.
And a concern from the disabled community in Atonkolili district, precisely Mabroka Tong, the headquarter Tong for that central part of the country. Okay, technology they evolve every second of the day of our life, and new updates they emerge. So now I'll bring you the technology update.
Hello and welcome to Tech News Update on Slik Television, Channel 37. I am Willie Buku. In today's edition, in just a few years, artificial intelligence tools like ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, and Google Gemini have gone from a mere novelty to an integral part of a trip planning for millions of people. According to one survey, 30% of international travelers are now using generative AI tools and dedicated travel AI sites such as Wonderplan and Layla to help organize their trips. While these programs can offer valuable tips when they're working properly, they can also lead people into some frustrating or even dangerous situations when they're not. This is a lesson some travelers are learning when they arrive at their would-be destination, only to find out they've been fed incorrect information or steered to a place that only exists in the hardwired imagination of a robot. And also in tech news update today, a referendum in Switzerland to decide whether to introduce electronic identity cards has taken place, with initial projections suggesting voters are evenly split. It is the second nationwide ballot on the issue after the idea was rejected in 2021 over data protection concerns and unease over the proposed system being largely run by private firms. Under the revised proposal, the new system would remain entirely optional and in public hands, with data stored on user smartphones rather than centrally. It comes as the UK government this week announced plans to introduce its own digital ID as part of efforts to curb the number of illegal migrants living and working in the country. The proposed British digital ID would have fewer intended uses, but has still raised concerns about privacy and data security. Switzerland's plan has already been approved by both its houses of parliament, and the Swiss government recommends a yes vote. Citizens can still choose to rely on a physical national identity card, which has been standard in Switzerland for decades. A new digital ID scheme will help combat illegal working while making it easier for the vast majority of people to use vital government services. Digital ID will be mandatory for right to work checks by the end of the parliament. The scheme will be available to all UK citizens and legal residents, saving time by ending the need for complicated identity checks, which often rely on copies of paper records. And that's what we have for you in today's edition of Tech News Update. I am Willie Mainobuku. Until next time.
Thank you, William Naboku, for the tech news. And now jobs are out, so for you, we actually get you required qualifications. Governments don't advertise some vacancies, so I'll bring you the job vacancies quickly. Well, more or less, all of them are from the government institutions. So you see the Public Service Commission precisely, that they advertise this. A range from Ministry of Finance to Social Welfare, Sports, Gender and other line ministries of the state. So they get, for example, Ministry of Finance, they get Budget Officer, Procurement Officer, Economist, Internal Auditor, Stores and Inventory Officer, Infrastructure and Communications Officer, Software System and Application Office, Legal Officer, Financial Management Officer, all are grade 7, which means you're entitled to a lot of benefits, or at least some benefits. And then grade 6, procurement assistant. Minister of Social Welfare, I get Director of Social Welfare and Religious Affairs, Director of Policy and Planning and Research, Deputy Social and Religious Affairs, Deputy Director of Policy Planning and Research, Social Service Officer, grade 10, 11, and 7. And he gets Training Supervisor, grade 6. Ministry of Sports now, the position that we have available, Director of Sports, when at grade 11, a very big grade, Assistant Director of Sports, grade 9, Senior Sports Officer, grade 8, Sports Officer, grade 7. Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs, you get grade 8, Senior Procurement Officer, Protection Officer, grade 7, Senior Protection Assistant, grade 6. And then you go to Ministry of Fisheries, you get Fisheries Officer, grade 7. Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Director, Non-Formal Education, grade 11. Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, where we can call MOPED. Assistant Director of Development Assistance Coordination, grade 9. Senior Program Officer, NGO Affairs. Senior Program Officer, Development Induce, grade 8. And Senior Monitoring and Evaluation Officer, grade 8. So you get on to the 14th, Friday, 14th day of November, as your deadline for the applications. On or before 3 p.m. on Friday, you know, so they can say usually Fridays, half day in our government office, they know so. So on or before 3 o'clock in the afternoon, your application for don't go into the ministry. And they say now officially online application. So if you know Sabi, ask somebody. If you know to computer savvy person, if you don't get an email or you don't get a Gmail, then ask somebody who get the facility for like help you out. This day in history, a long time ago, so many things happened. And now, here is one of such history for bringing you up to speed with.
November 3rd, 1957, one sticky dog, what they call Laika, became the first living creature for go around the earth inside the Soviet spaceship Slik 2. Like can be small black and white mixed breed dog with them fend the past na streets and Moscow, and then choose him because he been calm and the ability for withstand health condition. The mission will be part of the Soviet Union space race effort during the Cold War. Well, follow the successful launch of Sputnik 1 just a month earlier. While Laika in Johnny proves a living organism could survive will go up space. The technology for bringing them back safely to Earth, the Nobby don't develop. Sadly, it died few hours after we take off due to overheat. Despite the tragedy, Laika mission paved the way for human space flight, help scientists they understand how living things could endure weightlessness and space travel. A sacrifice na a reminder of one major milestone na space exploration history. Na that lesson they make later than send Yuri Gagarin for go up space inside 1961 will be the first mortar man.
Thank you, Rabia Tomansari. Hit the gym, then you say no. And now for that, you is one teacup 7 may turn trouble. But what are the benefits of hitting the gym or exercising or the gym at large? Here is the advice from Paulina Bendo Samba in We Health Tips.
Today, we can talk about one investment we not go just build muscle, but it go build discipline, focus, and good health. Gym investment. You see, for invest in gym no mean say you forget boku money. It means say you for choose for value your body and take care of your health. So, but these are some of the things then we you forget in mind. 1. Gym investment na self-care. When you register for gym or buy small equipment for exercise, you dey invest in your body. Exercise go help your blood for flow fine. It go reduce stress and boost confidence. Healthy mind na healthy body. 2. It go build discipline. For go na gym regularly go teach you time management and focus. You go learn for set goal and keep your promise to yourself. That discipline, the self go help you na your work and school life. 3. It go prevent sickness. Exercise go prevent high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity. It go also make your bones and heart strong and a better prevention pass cure. 4. It go help your mood and confidence. When you work out, your body go release happy hormone, wey go make you feel light and positive. It go make you sleep fine you go think clear, and you go love yourself more. 5. Start small and stay consistent. You don't need fancy gym, even for waka, skip, or do home workout sef can count. The key na consistency. Small efforts go bring big change. So many people them. Gym investments not to for show off, na self-love, because when your body strong, your mind fresh, and your confidence high, your face and life self go get energy and purpose. So, remember say, money we go spend by your health, no waste time, because your body in self na blessing and health na true wealth.
All right, welcome back. Thank you, Paulina Samba, for the health advice. Now the cost no now the issue, but for hit the gym, not to pass you go now the physio or the one that you can see around. Can take you 5 gallon. Self na yours. The gym take you 5 gallon. Mr. Mew no ever they do that day. Anyway, welcome, Mr. Mew, Sylvester Mew, and then Fude Kuyate. Mr. Mew, a retired educationist, not even a retired educationist, a retired principal, the chairman for the Association of Retired Principals, and now long-time examiner. He done day as examiner for about 30 or more than 30 years across West Africa, Salone, Gambia, Ghana, Nigeria, for conduct public exams, especially was other public exams. Fude Kuyate, the regional secretary for the SLTU in the Western area. Mr. Kuyate, gentlemen, welcome to the Today Show.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Mr. Kuyate and Mr. Mew, the last time I remember, say, a government school candidate performed best, not better, emerged as a top performer in a public exam, that been 2001. Then I've been, let me check my record, if it's correct. Then I've been Paul Abraham James. Remember that name there? He been score 8 A1s. He been get that result in geography, mathematics, biology, French, further mathematics, chemistry and physics. I've been science students. You remember that? Remember that?
Yes.
Paul Abraham James from Bow School. That was in 2001.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Whoever, you know anyone in any public school where ever?
Even one Mew from Albert Academy.
Mew?
From Albert Academy.
Then I Bobo.
Not to be Bobo. We fumble and picking them, we get very good results. One of the best. I don't remember the year again. I make me like for talk to correct the exact date.
Okay.
But from the Albert Academy.
And Nabi Was?
Nabi Was, yes.
What's Nabi the result, as far as you remember?
He gets a series of ones. A series of ones.
That was a long time ago.
Yes, a series of ones from Albert Academy.
That was a long time ago, you agree?
Yes, but we'll verify that information from them.
Mr. Kuyate, you don't remember anyone?
No.
That means it's been a long time you ever hear you say a government school candidate in any of the public examination emerged as top performer in public exams. Whoever they ask you the questions, why this they happen or why all the things they also happen?
A lot of factors are responsible. Why we can get the private schools to do well than the government schools. One is the size of the class is a factor. In government schools, most of them big government schools, even we say Mr. Muminde, government local, SSS, they can get plenty picking there in the classroom. 70, 80, up to 100. Ahmadiyya, they get up to 100. So, they get the attention. The teacher, they find it very difficult for teach a very large class. The teacher PP ratio, according to government, it should be 50 per teacher. 50 pupils per teacher. But most of them schools are in IMSU now, most of them government schools, and they get more than that because of the large number. So now one factor we can bring about a decline in the results of public school. Another factor is the commitment of the teachers. In government schools, the teachers, some of them are not committed, but they are committed when teaching the private schools. Some are teaching the government schools, some are teaching the private schools. But perhaps one of the reasons is the financial benefit. Some private schools, not all, or some of them big private schools, they pay teachers very, very well. Some teachers, some private schools, they pay some teacher 5,000 leons a month, 5 million. You hardly get a government school, they pay 5,000 leons a month to a teacher. So the commitment, of the teachers then, they can teach better. Because they pay them more at the private schools, so they teach better. And they give most of the time at the private schools than what they call. The another reason is the population at the private schools. I just talked about the population at the public schools. Not so? Large class. Or then private school, they say, we get one class when you get 13 picking there. For SSS. Sometimes the arts team will get 15, 13. Science, 13, 15. So the teacher they get more time, dedicate more in time. When they begin, for example, then go and work for, do they get time for correct time and assess the picking there, time for pay more attention to them. But can you imagine if you get a private school, you go over 70 picking there, which time will go for correct all and script them? You know, it's so difficult. Then another factor, we can make the private schools there, they do well. You know, the principals or the proprietors of the schools, and they cater for the teaching and learning materials. Every picking they get the teaching and learning materials we required for Legeta as adverse to the public schools. So then picking and say, no, get the textbooks them for some of their subjects in the strain, you know, because they say, you know, they pay school fees, government pays for them, all that in but within a private school, the parents they pay them 30 million, 40 million for the year. If you say you get to do something for that period because they pay high. So there's much concentration. These are some of the factors where year in, year out, you get most of them private schools, they do well in vast examination as against the government schools. You know, these are some of the factors. And I want to say government has to look into it. Government has to look into it. You know, even then private schools there, they can organize some extra classes there for the beginner. You know, we are in, you know, then they give them extra tuition in addition to what they get in the classrooms. So what we want to do as Sierra Leone Teachers Union is then we get a conference, a national conference. For example, this year a lot of people fail. 11% pass English language. We come to that, eh? Okay, so we'll leave that one. But these are some of the reasons. That shortly because okay, but these are some of the reasons why we can
listen to the Minister of Basic Education, Conrad Saki, who say announced the Becker results for this year, this academic year, last academic year. We announced them last week. We'll come listen to him shortly in the analysis we give. Mr. Mew.
Thank you very much. I want to appreciate in our station the fact that in our concern about the development of education in Sierra Leone. If all the other people, the stations, they're also interested, I think some of the problems they will be able for FETAM and will restore the glory of Sierra Leone. The problems now the education system now it pass mark. And because it pass mark, now the government schools them and government assisted schools, the performance no good. For example, we get many teachers we not in a government payroll. I go now a school prize giving, the senior secondary school talk say, in get 17 teachers we not in a payroll. And at the monitor them things they do, but now we see some they don't take 70 teachers not in a government payroll.
17 as in 17?
Yes. Not be in a government payroll last year. I even monitor them up to last week. You see they don't recruit some, they don't take some. Boku the school hardly gonna any government or government assisted school, you know go meet teacher we not in a government payroll. Any school go there. You get teacher they will not in a government payroll. We know to that's not be the situation. We will be do very well. Two, the teachers Boku not committed to their work now. Some Boku school and they decide for go one shift just for enhanced performance that they school them. Any of the teachers them, some of the teachers them, where the school decide for go one shift, then they come out, they go to other school then for go teach. Because they get job where they do na private school, na morning, afternoon, then go to government school then. So as a school go one shift, some of the teachers then they lost them. Some seasoned teachers them. Another problem, teachers they not prepare notes of lesson, scheme of work. Even some teacher na school beginning they give for mark school register. When will they be the teacher? You must get your scheme of work ready. Head of department for those sign which you get for teach starting today Monday.
What in a Monday they help?
It will show you what you want to teach this week we begin today. From Monday to Friday, how you develop the plan. So we don't plan. If you fail to plan, you have plan to fail. We don't plan proper how they teach. Head of department don't look at them. It is very, very effective in your teaching. Because some man when they go teach self now, and not remember what you don't forget. Not all they remember. Another big problem we get. The teachers, they force picking them for what is called, they call now remedial class. The days of Alpha Uri and not be grieved for that system there because maybe they're part of the committee. And even if they arrange a class for Saturday, the picking for day in school uniform and enough for pay for the class. Now, go na treat did for yesterday. If you say the treat full up, even primary school.
Even Saturday?
Saturday, they call a remedial class. First time, they get freedom for even friend teacher we will teach you picking well. Perhaps the school will get good maths teacher or will get good English teacher. No mean say he gets good science teacher. Me in a commercial I be trained. And we in a British be teach we commercial. We not be just 11 in the class when they train. When they want commercial subjects. The bulk of the big man then at this country, then vice president, or na me them be the honor for go teach them Pekin. Then they can then go to me now also teach them principal. Gilpin Jackson, Mrs. Carpenter principal, Prince of Wales Girls High School, all the school and I mean then they send them Pekin. I know I call one vice president we both have die. You understand America. Now to me they go now house. Okay, see Mr. Mew. Go teach you picking them. Then another big problem within the system now, the board with no form, they say that proprietor for behead. Which mean line, who they pay the money now for, you understand? So some people they do they bring as chairman of some school board, they just deploy. I take for example, I know in particular school, somebody will be the act as principal. They say it not belong to that religious organization. Them the other person again.
So no matter the competence?
Yeah, no matter of the competence because it not belong to that religious organization. There. We get the problems then plenty now.
All right. So perhaps then they reflect on the just released Becker results where Conrad Saki, the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, announced just last week. For government, it's an improvement in the pass rates and the number of passes. But waiting become worrisome at the number of absent candidates from the exams, not only Becker, but including WASC and NPSC, as recently also previously announced by the Minister or the Ministry of Basic Education. But more worrisome are the number of seized results or withheld results by WAEC. We join Rabia Tumansai. We be done to follow the announcement of the results by the Minister.
With the best aggregate score is Mariama Yeli Bangura of Providence International SSS in Freetown. She obtained an aggregate score of 7. She was closely followed by Aminata BCC of St. Joseph's Secondary School in McKinney.
That's not the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary School Education, where be they give the official release of the 2025 Becker result. We say the total entry we then get now 130,135 picking them from 1,900 schools them all over the country. The minister continues say WAEC released 129,226 results them, whereas then sees results for 20 schools them as a result of the school them failure for provide the continuous assessment score when a key requirement for process final result. The same way so talk say a total of 5,550 candidates then absent during the exam. One of the major highlights of the result now that 10 out of the 16 top candidates them na woman them. And this time around the school ranking come under performance category. Category A, where starts from 1 to 25, na Camboy Libanese Secondary School na Kenema na in top. For category B, 26 to 60, na Chesterton Academy na Waterloo na in lead. For category C, 61 to 150, na the Christian Reformed Church JSS School na Kabbalah. Category D, when na 151 to 300, na St. Joseph Secondary School na McKinney. Category E, when na 301 to 500, na Experimental Secondary School na Kono. And category F, where they above 500 at the Methodist Boys School na Bo, we top the list. A same way so is concerned about the increased number of our people they absent this year. Interestingly, the minister said the subject to the best performance na Limba language where record the highest average score. The minister say for the kind of way where they get increased number in absentees this year, na 10 for made them tie them or jar for work with school them for ensure say this no happen again. For Slik Television, Arabia Tumansaye.
Mr. Kuyate, how much of that breakdown day of waiting the minister announced is it of a concern to UNA and the Sierra Teachers Union? Because the bulk of the people who form UNA membership, that they teach at the government school and they, now then are the principals, and then are different things at the different schools. How much is that of a concern? So even though the ministry they say there's an improvement, but look at the in fact the top performers by schools and by candidates, all are from private schools, none from government school, and that has been the trend for years now. How much that now a concern to UNA ISL to you?
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, a concern for we at the Saragun Teachers Union because we deal with teachers in government and government-assisted schools. We know they deal with the private school teachers because they are not part of the union, the teachers. And we try to advocate for better pay and condition of service for teachers. If we do that, government also they expect much from the teachers. So I concern because then teacher then they, irrespective of the fact they know they get the kind of salary they so forget, but then forget interest in education. Therefore be committed. And if you want to be somebody very rich, don't go and teach. We always tell a teacher then say, if you didn't have the teaching for let make money, then leave the teaching profession. So now a concern for we want to see a situation we are in where they get the top candidates then from government and government assisted schools. And let me tell you, in as much as them very teacher then the way they teach at the government and government assisted school, and the same teacher, that school are in the do well so in private schools.
So that make we say they're not UNA members, the private school teachers not UNA members. I begin to wonder.
No, well, we when they're in the private schools, they are not our members. But let me tell you, they teach their government assisted schools or government schools, but they need to do them well, they need to do all the level best there.
Why?
Let me tell you something. Yeah, for example, you go see a government assisted teacher, government assisted school teacher or government school teacher, they teach a particular subject. Let's see economics. If they teach at some point, they tell the Pekin and say, let them go attend in private class, and then the continuation of that lesson will take place. And some of them Pekin, they don't get the money for going to that private class today, or they don't get the time. So why do you have to tell them for go to the private class for continuation of that lesson, rather than telling them the next day we continue the lesson? So these are some of the factors. So as a union, we are worried, and we want to advise us teachers in government and government-assisted schools that you are not be fair to the children of this country.
Before I come to Mr. Mio quickly, and una na a trade union body.
Yes, please.
Una kind of more or less all these years done the push for our the welfare of teachers, but failing to reprimand the very teachers where not they perform. The way una don't acknowledge, say first of all, they are not performing.
Yeah.
So is it about just seeking the welfare of the teachers and failing to reprimand them when they go wrong or when they are not performing better?
Well, fine. That's a very interesting question. For Sierra Teachers Union, we also take part in the development of education. That is sure. And we can advocate for let the teachers then get better pay or better conditions of service. And secondly, we also ensure say the teachers then get the training they require for them in the classroom. But waiting to be rule and for reprimanding. But that's the responsibility. If the teacher know they perform, now make you get the inspectors of schools going to the school. You get the free quality assurance officer, and can call them, and they're all over the country. That is their responsibility for going to the classroom for teachers write their note of lesson, do their scheme of work, and even observe the teacher's teaching. That is the role of the Minister of Education, and that is the role of the Teaching Service Commission. And when those teachers are found wanting, understanding, then they invite to SLTU for that teacher get a fair hearing. But for say we go reprimand them, that's not our responsibility. But what we go do, we go always ensure say we talk to them, we encourage them, let them get some in-service training.
When are they at the board of the Teaching Service Commission?
Of course, we're at the board of the Teaching Service Commission.
And then during that process, they will not at the board. It's supposed for them make una ginger una membership up for let them come up to speed, and then let them do the right thing.
Yes, of course. Let me tell you something. SLT is in the board of the Teaching Service Commission. Quite recently, then we'll get some teachers who they are, let's say, the teacher license examination. They are involved in exam malpractice. Over 170 of those teachers.
Over 100?
Over 170 teachers who are accused or allegedly
involved in exam
malpractice for getting teacher license and exam.
Okay.
So we are called by the commission to carry out an
So when they go see teachers exam, then cheat them?
That is what I'm saying.
They spy?
Well, in fact, it's not only the teacher responsible. Even the Teaching Service Commission, we get evidence for say some of them staff, or because the venue access code will be a secret understanding. That venue access code na TSC no more get her, and how that code leak. If that code leak, somebody somewhere will use her through the computer, put marks them for source to teachers them and get them scores, and that was what happened.
Is it not what is reflecting in the public exams, where picking and they go involved in exam malpractice? At the end of the day, they see the result?
Well, the teacher license exam is quite different from the exam malpractice that take place for work.
And so waiting before, waiting food committee before food, they do not say the follow?
Well, that's what I say. That one is different because that is about teacher in professionalism for legal license,
and that's
one for recruitment.
And that's the teacher, they go impart knowledge in the beginning. Look the beginning. So, what you see in Uncle or Papa do? What you hear, picking out what you see, what you hear, now they do.
Yes, I agree with you. That is why we monitor the situations at the Teaching Service Commission for ensure say all the teachers they know they involved in them exam malpractices, then take the necessary actions, or for find out a way whether venue access code can not go leak out in the future, so that even when a teacher not go see the exams, you know, go get his score.
Mr. Mio, interestingly, the Limba language performed better than even English language, according to the analysis in the last decade. And then you see the number of withheld results as well announced by the ministry through WAEC. And then even though the government has said there's an improvement in the pass rate, but you go back to the question, why government school candidates are not there among the top best performers?
The problems there plenty, sir. Number one, some of the teachers they will teach, as I tell you now, then they go teach in a private school in the morning, afternoon they can a government school.
But even in other countries, Mr. Mew, somebody they work at 2-3 side, if they do in best, it just depends on the supervision. And then the heart where the person gets, the passion, the interest where the person gets in that job the way they do.
I like the language you use, the passion. When we teach, we teach. As teaching is a vocation. Teaching a God work. Now that's be the, but now the teachers they know to that now their own system. How they explain to you something the way they happen. If they go teach in a government school in the morning. When they come, if they carry the assignments, they will the picking the dog game. When they come, if they go sit down at the class, they tell other picking for the dictate certain things to the picking there and not the teach. Because by governments, when you go to private school, you rarely get for work for your money and the monitor. If you not take your work serious, they pull you. So by the time they kind of government school, they don't tire. Now because of that, plenty of the old schools them, they all don't decide for go one shift. Me and a board member now 1 or 2 schools. When they school and they decide for go one shift, they get teacher they will move commodity. Go find other school where they work in the afternoon. They still go to the private school in the morning. This is now one of the major things. Then the Teaching Service Commission, they say needs people with wealth of experience for do that work there. First time before you go work in the Ministry of Education, you must not be principal or vice principal or head teacher. And so tell them you don't go be provinces, no, you don't go to them places before. But now any kind of person, any government we can usually bring people in at the Ministry of Education. One Ugandan Musazi writes, he says you get forget wealth of experience. If you go say they can inspect in a television station, you must get wealth of experience above the person the way they come meet, so that you go share the experience. How much experience do one they go they call the inspectors of schools? The standard not reach up to the principal and standard. When you go talk to yourself, now make some way them go na money business, no more than they go for. You need people with wealth of experience. John Dewey say experience and education. He say you get wealth of experience, it make you work easier. You know they get strained. The bulk of the people the way they go inspect the schools don't reach that level they are. We need commitment. We need workshop. Before school open, they run out away private schools, they run out away for one workshop for them. Non-government or government assisted school don't call itself. Because they want somebody who will go train them, teach them, show them what you for do, how for even answer question, how for prepare notes of lesson. We will be there as principal. In August, you for do staff appraisal. The teacher will fill a form. After I don't fill the form, the head of department or supervisor for that level, they give your opinion. The vice principal will give your opinion. The principal say go right and he gets side for me, he give your opinion.
Uncompromisingly?
Uncompromisingly. That is why now you falsely write or you don't write, you hand over the form. So that the form not go to yard again. And you know they reach that level there, you want to do their work then there. After we don't write, you go give the teacher back. We then don't even evaluate you if they can late. You go to some school, beaucoup teacher they can late. Beaucoup they can late. If you see house on the dress, and they short over the trousers. When picking any short over in trousers, then they dress in a class. Some teacher they way you not do assignments or you can late. You for put something inside the exercise book with the game. Now they say you for put in my head.
10 or 20 years.
And me they go around even on Saturday. about 4 or 5 people can talk to me about this compulsory remedial class. Girl picking run into risk when their parents cannot afford that money, that remedial class. They have to go out for go fend that money for pay for that remedial class. And it's how they go, they don't give any money for nothing. It damage the picking them. Ministry of Education for stop remedial compulsory remedial payment for remedial class right now. As I tell you, work with Alpha.
But picking need them. The picking
no,
need
maybe picking them go find good teachers are. Waiting to the so. We now run out of people them, they run out of certain. We get certain people like one French, late Mr. French. We person come to me, we don't teach management or commerce and their office practice. Mr. French then they go for accounting. I get order on myself, we don't die. Now we send to for English. All my but now teacher like you qualify or not, now by force. Then there's a dinner so we defend them BB King. But someone would teach them a minister, na lawyer, na judge, na this and that. They are our students. They are managers.
Because ordinary the ordinary lessons in a school not sufficient for me picking for pass public exam.
But why them be the pass them? Why them be the pass them? Now no more the syllabus don't change. We do not even get teaching syllabus in certain subject areas. Me when they teach management, commerce, and BM. The teaching syllabus again from Ghana now they ship to the school where they go assist them. I prepare plenty of the thing them. I keep conveniently bluff. The bulk of the people they teach commerce BM, they get 111. Go check the school there, 111 and they get. Because we get wealth of experience. They enjoy. If I sit down, so school they not see me. Hey, Mr. Nwechap will not see you this period. The people they go not away. I don't teach some people and show them. We look at the past questions them. Because question after 3 and I go, you can repeat any question. Me don't study all day after 15 and they will prepare something there. Some people they ask you, please and I draw the question. I said, no, give me trouble. They say, because only thing that you don't teach when I in the camp. Certain corners in the, I go to certain school them. I just tell the principal them. I said, they tell 3 topics that the teacher will teach, business management will teach. Now I say, Mr. Me, give me them. I say marketing management. You know the teacher. Human resource management. Law, elements of contract, they have 15. All business must be all they have 15 in the. I say go check if you don't know. We begin there. The 3 schools they were discussing, none they no teacher. And at that topic they long, at the more questions they come out. So if me they teach us, I don't do the introductory part. Now the area then they are the go inside. Because if you go inside the particular area, they hardly the picking will get problem with you know we will solve them.
But again, all a set of people they blame the Gen Z, Gen Alpha, the generational change. We don't bring a whole lot of distraction, especially in the education sector. Phones being allowed in school and a whole lot of other technology, other things being used, where they cause a whole lot of distraction for the picking the school and they host them. Aside the fact say they need to get sufficient time for letting get teaching.
Now that phone business, like me, this weekend I never talk to 2 people they were they assist. Me them parent by phone because I make you form WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group where I see them over the weekend, I dey send work for them, for define certain things them, friend we for solve problems them, you understand. We need phones then because a lot of information we get on phones, you understand. I go one particular thing where somebody talk something, and I object to the thing. I say, me na expert pan, their meetings, the me na clerical of it. No, Mr. Mina, so we write now constitution. Now, so I make you check online which they see. Which I tell and I check online. You say, well, I saw we don't do. I say we have to change it. If we want international standards, all we to do for do things the winner international standards, we go make we compare ourselves to other countries them. We go now some Ghana, Nigeria, them place there. Even Gambia. for make somebody go teach na village, then get to they call hardship allowance. Because we could go and teach like na free tongue. But then remote place, like then Kabbalah, then place, and the way you go teach then they give you extra money. So that good teacher, he will prefer to get place that they extra money. Because when you go there besides the extra money they give you, then people they will give you fall, they will give half up to them, we will make you enjoy your work. Until we get the experienced people then at the Ministry of Education. I'm not talking about politicians. Seasoned people them for complement the effort of the Minister of Education. It will not be easy. The challenges now, then plenty. Teacher they give picking register for mark. We give them assignments. Waiting they do them, they shape the people in the class. Now the beginning and the mark because they don't come on in private school. You get private school work where they do. I will give plenty. Me will come out today when I come out. We say I come out. Their school at the go. I will give all waiting they happen at the school there.
All right. All this they come amidst the changes we don't make as a country in the systems, education system precisely, because now the education we talk about. Remember in 2018, the Julius Maada Bio SLPP-led administration introduced, in fact, campaign on that platform day, and we introduced the free quality education where pull away the 6344 system where the Anes Microma APC-led administration been carried, following a Professor Bamanja Commission and inquiry report, we say we will add one more year into the school. So when Julius Maada Bio and SLPP government come in 2018, then pull 6344, where the white paper being recommend, and then come back, then go back to the NPRC days of 6334, and 6 years primary school, 3 years junior secondary school, and 3 years senior secondary school. And a lot of reports now don't emerge say access to education don't increase, but people they question the quality. Hence, they reflect on the outcome of their exams, especially public examination. So the question is it a free education or free quality education? Or if we rather take the quality out of the education system, waiting actually not the problem?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. B, you want to say something?
It is not free quality. It is free quantity. Because now more picking they don't go to the school, the quality is not available. Any kind we go society, we get plenty people there. Any kind to give there, you go eat there, you then go eat them. You need for plan. I will share the experience. Then see an above will go from other countries them, like Ghana, Milwaukee. But they need money. Take for example, schools them get for strike for subsidy. How much time they lost that particular period? Ghana, they get to they call JET fund, Ghana Education Trust Fund, where they buy petrol. 1% of that petrol money go towards the free education where they introduce them. We introduce them, it's very good because we could be the drop out of school. So they pick in a market no more than the truth they go sell for them people them. But it's good, but we can actually say this country, but people not pay tax. Then they evade tax. Even they say when they get the minerals them. People are thief them, they go thief the minerals them. Government not to get much from the thing and they. If them money them begins set them old and they insist that everybody they pay tax, even when they receive rent, you for pay tax on them. It is an income, you understand. We pay all the rents, then this income they will pay them. Governments will get money for even support the education system. We need for revise them today. The one where they create problem at the Ministry of Education. If they say they get program, the minister will don't provide all the finances. The one they put in charge, now they party then they invite go. They know they call season person for going to the program. Then they talk about World Teachers Day. If they want to talk about World Teachers Day, we are one of the one they will start.
Where they happen every October.
Yeah, they know they invite yourself. We students in the day, I dey give all the experience there because me work with people them. If Ministry of Education say they get radio station today, I am the major one. During Ebola, now me work with UNICEF.
Radio teaching program.
Radio teaching program. And me introduce them. Now me come with the idea there, that the minister be very happy with me for that particular program there.
Kind of by the time.
Yes. They be very happy. What teach even Ebola. Now me wait, they want send somebody go to Ghana for go make arrangement for exam. Now the minister say no. He say Ghana, Nigeria, Gambia. He say na Sierra Leone, the post of the Sabina, Mr. Mew. Now me go. Past while we go stay, we go. I go negotiate for special exam for Sierra Leone.
Okay.
If the station we then get the radio station, now me work with UNICEF. Now we the impress. Now we begin talk to the waiting for do waiting for. Then begin give we allowance. Now the play we will be do the radio teaching program.
So, Mr. Kuyate, a lot of systems government don't create systems, new systems, added to waiting already be there exist. Some not there in existence again, so then try for rebrand some of the system. For example, I don't think we ever get teaching service commission before, correct? There was no teaching service commission. We've been talking Ministry of Education, where Naimbi they handle everything about education. But then they now be they get Albert Academy, Prince of Wales, the Annie Walsh, Sierra Leone Grammar School, St. Edward's, St. Joseph Secondary School, FSSG, and Bow School, among other schools, but they perform better, if not the best, and they produce the best candidates across West Africa, for them public exam here so. But the moment we create the system there so, for example, Teaching Service Commission, with plenty of people they expect say, as a result of the creation of the new system there so, improvements for don't take place now, and then the results in the school system, particularly public schools, for start to become better. But the moment the system there so come in force, at the time everything go back. At the time everything go back. And then una SLTU, una all the part of the entire system. Una the teachers, in fact now una they man the schools. Now una they control the schools. I'm sure maybe you want to just use that when I use una conditions of service when I apply it as an excuse. Correct?
Well, to be very honest with you, the creation of the Teaching Service Commission is a plus to the development of education at this country.
In what way?
And a plus to teachers of Sierra Leone.
In what way, sir?
Thank you very much. Salo, who lag behind before for Teaching Service Commission, like Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, other countries, and we don't get along before that. For example, in Ghana, they got what we call Education Service Commission. We will be advocate for SLTU, but we give it the Teaching Service Commission. Now, the data for teachers at this country, TSC get out. First, they really need Ministry of Education to take care of teachers' affairs. We retire for we good itself for they get documents safe. As with the files and everything.
So is it about getting data of the number of teachers or having control over them and their activities?
In fact,
let me for example, mention the issue
of about data.
Supervision.
Last time, the Teaching Service Commission don't get a plus to education system for teachers of this country. In fact, they get 5 key departments. You get department for performance, I know them call. We, in fact, they are now under the Teaching Service Commission, and they go assess teachers at schools. They do assessment of teachers there, so that they go promote them and put them at the correct salary scale. Previously, when the team did with the Ministry of Education, he found out say the teacher, they got to call incremental point. The teacher, they not even assessor, is stagnant in position, stagnant. With the creation of the Teaching Service Commission, if I want to teach them, any principal, in fact, any principal and active principal, and the make sure they make it substantive principle. Formerly in the Ministry of Education, you go there that active because for quite a long time it happened.
And I didn't tell them with the system being like it be broke. I didn't tell them they will be get best performing candidates at the public schools. The emphasis
I disagree with you, sir. I disagree with presently. The present past exams for the past 3-4 years, it better pass the previous exams them.
You know what I say? We talk about best performing candidates from government schools.
But that's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. understand what they try for say, even then term then they were rhetoric show. You get best performing candidate from the private school. The private schools have been topping for quite a very long time. Let's check the records. No, not just talk because don't get the data. Let's check the records for previous WAS examination of this country. Understand? You the father say he gets most of them good result from the private schools. He knows they talk so now of schools doing, and they tell them the emergence of private schools are not mad. In the 60s and 70s, you know me get private schools there. Now they talk about them blue schools, you talk about the Eastern Province, they get the best candidate now, YSS and all that stuff. It was in the 70s.
The one I referenced earlier where the show starts, before I start for talk to now, I mean 2001.
Yeah, 2001.
Both school Abraham Paul. Yeah. 2001.
Yeah. 2002. Who had the best candidates? Not private school. 2003. Not private schools. 2004. Not private schools. Go to where I can check the records. So what should they say? When you get one private school, so we get 2-3 government assisted schools, so they come up.
But since that 2001 day, you not go even remember when last a government school candidate performed better or emerged as the top performer in these public exams.
Now,
after 2001. We used to forget, like I don't mention the names of the schools already. After the period, and you either they are more than high. Cambridge International School, the name don't they come up prominently quite recently. The public exams, WASC as well as Becker. You were Cambridge International School, even upline are private schools, Freetown are private schools. Hardly would you hear the name of a government school candidate or government school as a top performer in recent years.
Yes, in recent years. Is it because of the creation of the Teaching Service
Commission? No, we talk about since then creates the new systems here. I just mentioned Teaching Service Commission as one example.
Just one
as an example, yes. The term don't create new systems. We don't introduce new systems for helpful curb the issue here. Now the term it's like the system broke. The term will see like the system broke. And the term will be to get a better result, if not the best.
Well, that is why I'm saying we don't talk. Me and Mr. Me don't talk. A lot of factors who are responsible for the government and government assistance could not do much. They don't give boku reasons then. Okay. So, for example, from this particular forum, we should talk about why we get 11% passing math pass in English. Because most of the other subjects we need to talk about, there is English in the writer.
Yes.
For example, history.
So you start to ask the question.
So we got to ask the question, and that is why we need a national conference, education conference. We need to bring on board WAEC. Let me tell you the reason why people are not performing better in English language. Let me tell you 11%.
Why would I have to blame WAEC?
Yes. Well, no,
or why would I have to ask WAEC question?
Well, thank you.
Because what's the one? I got to Mr. Muse, since you know work like
Mr. Me don't talk boku. Let me say talk
yes.
more.
Yes.
Mr. Me don't almost take.
No, just go on.
Let me tell you something. 11% rate in English language simply means boku people go for university this year. Do you know that? Because of 11%. So all the results then get better subject. For example, 8 subjects, they pass all the 7, just English language. And English language takes you to the university.
And English in the right English in the right state.
All the other subjects, chemistry, biology.
Nice English in the right time.
If in the commercial subject, they want nice English. So if they are doing well in those subjects, why English language? So what for us why? What is wrong in our people's, in our students failing English language? Then go come get a conference day for to put you in a position whether we get for train English teachers, they let them do better, or we know where the problem lies, what aspect of the paper, the English language paper, you know to do well, so that this failure in English language every year should be put to an end. So beyond position as SLSU, we are so worried that the results are good, the people are doing better, but because they fail the English language, they don't stuck, they cannot go to university. So we want to ask
the year, for example, where that young man, Paul Abraham James Lin, get our best result in 2001. Well, I go back, I use that as my key reference point and only reference point.
That much reference to this.
Yes, because that's the last time I remember prominently a government school candidate.
2001.
2001.
So from that area, and also private school, they do well. Is that what you are saying?
And always say
coming to the best results, people having the best
overall passes.
Yes.
In fact, this is an individual pass. Individual pass. Overall passes in terms of the number of candidates who sit the exam at school, will pass the exam. But this one the reference to overall candidates, individual candidates pass. We get A1. I remember there was another year where there was a candidate at Albert Academy. We've been top the one of West Africa, Mr. Me, you remember that year? Been top the one of West Africa. This Mr. James, for example, that year they will see 2001, he passed subject like geography. Subject that were critical for pass, geography, mathematics, the two mathematics, ordinary maths and further maths, biology, even French, we're not in normal language. We're not in L1 or L2. If I pass French as well. Chemistry and physics, science student.
Fine. So I want for
from a government school.
I want for put on to you say, even with this present result, let's check to the private government schools and government assisted schools. You have students that did well like this Ibrahim. They passed mathematics, they passed chemistry, they passed all the subjects and they are going to university. What you talk to, these are just an individual coming with the best result.
Yes.
But the government and government schools are not doing badly as we imagine them doing.
If you check to Albert result just the way the minister.
If you check to Albert Academy, check for Prince of Wales, you check for St. Edwards, you have students that have passed all the subjects, and those subjects are taking them to university.
You already result just the minister.
And the average,
last week.
the government schools are doing far more better on the average. We take an average, we take individually, but percentage-wise, the government schools have government assistants have done far more better than the private schools. The private schools are very few in number. You have to take they are very few in number. But the government and government schools are in the large number, and most of those students there.
Okay, there are few number. Not just
in terms of the number of the one that passes, when they get the requirement, taking them to university, the government and government schools, they don't do far more better than the private schools. Let's
take the few available private schools. So you say, not just saying at 10 private schools.
Yeah.
And not just take out of the 100 or 1,000 government schools. Where don't just take 10 as well.
Okay.
And match them. Don't match them all. Yeah, the breakdown where the Minister of Basic Education just give the breakdown.
Yeah.
Categorize them. Even we categorize them, private schools still top. Overall average, individual passes, and all that. And the same for WASC, and the same for previous years.
We are talking about individual passes. But when we talk holistically,
average as well.
The average of the passes
are the same thing.
Understand the average of the passes. The government and government associated schools far more than the private schools as you imagine. The records are there. I'm not
and the minister just announced
what did the minister say? Say overall.
Give a breakdown. Yes. Give a breakdown of the categories in terms of individual passes and then the average passes per schools. The number of candidates will take the exam per school and how they even pass. And even go further for even mention, say Limba. Limba score better than even English.
No, how many people took Limba as a subject? So how many students take English as a subject?
So you don't even imagine that aspect, for let Limba top English. As we compare the two languages and the number of candidates we
say Limba top English.
Do better than English.
In what sense? Because
that's a question for the Ministry of Education.
How many people that
unfortunately they declined coming to the show.
Sometimes not more than 50 nationwide took Limba. Or the whole country took English language. Understand? The whole country took English language.
When they talk about the number of people who sit we compare, let's say for example, I don't know.
How many percent pass Limba? How many percent pass English? 11% of them pass English also. How many percent pass Limba? Something when you talk about Limba, the whole country. Something not going 50 to Limba as a subject. So I don't know how the minister doing your analysis say Limba did better than English language. Something you talk about one student having A in Limba.
No, Becker we talk about.
That's all the Becker. One student having or few students having A or 1 as the case may be in Limba. As compared to how many students then get 1 in English language. So for me, the minister, or we have to go back to the ministry and let them analyze that for be better.
Now the main charge of education at the
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
So we don't get a better understanding of why it is also Limba did better.
The more easy we could be need them for letting they are so, but unfortunately.
But they don't agree.
Then decline.
Well, that's the problem with them. Otherwise, we should have asked them questions. Let them analyze for we. The army people, in fact, the whole country, everybody took English. Army take Lima. How you talk say Lima did better than English language.
So what about the schools? What about the schools? The public schools versus the private schools now? You continue for the argue this, but you see, not just take the top government schools, for example, public schools, what I mentioned, Prince of Wales, St. Edward's, St. Walsh, St. Joseph Secondary School, FSSG, Bow School, Lord put down in there, for example, Lord just take them 6 and
yeah, there's 6 and
a lot take private schools, so take 6 private schools as well. International school, Lebanese International School. Which other school, Mr. Miu? Kindly help me with the names.
Okay, we don't just say no more. Not just say
Modern High.
Modern High.
Yes, Modern High.
Providence
International School, because I didn't get the best candidates in Beke.
Yeah.
Which other school do we even call?
Nayacom,
5. Yeah. Okay, let us take 5.
Yes, 5 of those schools.
Yes. So among them 5 school and they, which government school will even merge any of them school, them private, any other private school?
For example, take Modern High School. We have to take how many of them sit was. Sometimes they not reach 50. Just was because of the number. So they not reach 50. Take for example, Prince of Wales. How many of them take was? So now then 1,000 or 800 or 500 candidates. Modern High School, just 50. Check now, even though they are doing well in the private school because of the number very small, understand? Let's say out of that 50 they attend Modern High School. Let's say like 40 of them pass, get university requirement. Then take Prince of Wales, with about 800 to 900 students. Something they get something 150 when they get university requirement. So take them to school and they let them Modern High School get very good result. But when you take on the average, the one who did access university fear that those in Prince of Wales will get over 150 or more than get requirement. So we don't talk about the constraints where government and government assist questions they get. When you go to Modern High School, the facilities are there. Mr. Me don't talk, say the teachers, they left the government school, go to the private schools, go do their best day. Before I tell you the kind of afternoon at the government school, say they don't look tired. There are a lot of factors. But let me tell you something. That doesn't mean our schools, the government and government-assisted schools, are not doing well. Based on the constraint, we talk about them when they get subsidy on time. But with all our need, understanding, with all the facilities the private schools are getting, yet still, our government and government-assisted schools are doing well. Check the average of passes in the country when they get university government. The number of people with access to university are more from the government and government-assisted schools than the private schools. We are talking about now. Only to do extremely well individually by exam, the top district. We will not for cry down with government and government-assisted school. We have some very good teachers in the system. We are talking about the teachers who will do well in this, but we have some very dedicated teachers in the system. Very good science teachers in the private school, government, commercial teachers. And when you look at the result, I so pity we talk about English language. When I storming block for them picking now. And that's what for examine. We examine why they picking fail English language and they are passing the other subjects. Chemistry, biology, and all the other subjects.
Mr. Miu,
something has to be done about that.
Mr. Miu, as we go on of this conversation, Mr. Kuyate mentioned the issue of approved school. He mentioned the issue earlier. So they left the government school and go private school. Maybe as a result of the stringent measures or stringent requirements at government schools. Because, for example, in government schools, you have to be trained and qualified teacher. If you either get TC, if you either get TC, if you either be a TC holder or HTC holder. If we teach, before they approve you for teaching at a government school, correct? A public school.
Primary school, I don't know.
TC, HTC, and requisites requirements.
Yes.
But in government school, in private school, sorry, for as long as you are good at the subject, they know they look at whether you forget HTC or TC. You don't think, Senator, that now one of the major reasons when the private schools they perform better and they get quality teaching over the government schools?
No, sir. The private school they even run after teacher them. When they see a teacher good, then they run, convince the teacher which they go pay them make a move even good to them.
I know people that we not get TC, they not get HTC, then they teach in private schools, and then they do.
Not today recognize one them. Some don't turn private school to a family school. All the family members then they bring come. And one thing we me want to say, then we they talk about this limba and this other thing. Me work na IFAC. IFAC means International Final Awards Committee. Me work as chief examiner for that year, when I will draw the line on who that pass and who that no pass. Work na Gambia, Nigeria, all the other country them. I dey give the experience. One of the major problem now by percentage. If we say Limba gets more pass, it means by the percentage. If na 10 person go take Limba, 8 pass, that na 80%. If na 5,000 or 10,000 go take English, you get even 2,000 pass. You understand? Now about 40%. So it will still be done. And we dey draw line by the performance. We get basic grade, you understand, for day. If we get some dentia, it will help we. For example, I get a friend we come out na Gambia. Anytime they come, Mr. Mibo must send them documents them for you. Up till now, I get books them for Nigeria, which you them feel say picking in the field. I get Gambia, I get Liberia, I get Ghana, all I get the old books them there. Okay. And if you want to teach, you understand, those are old books. Where they want to go question, they're old thing and they look for them. You get all the results there. They go tell you, question number 1, was it a popular question? What you do the picking and all we take them? What you do you feel say they're not good? We the write them, even say Alomi the write me on, I send them to the Ministry of Education before results are released. The chief examiner's report for CAM. If we get you understanding books, then I get we share make school and look at. It will tell you about all the subjects them. Which do people not they do well. We really need to even strengthen the Teaching Service Commission. We need seasoned people, even at the Ministry of Education, with wealth of experience. You go now the other country, now they seasoned people them. I talked to Ami Padina Ghana before they call and the other say, no, they don't transfer and go Ministry of Education. He was principal. How many principals do we have at the Ministry of Education? And
at 60 they for retire.
Yes. Then they take you, then get committee where they look into you, you don't retire or not, then they take you for make good use of your experience. Even John Dew right on. So you mean that the
private schools they tap into?
Then they tap into even workshop. I will tell you almost people that want workshop. One school they vex by Mr. Nebugo, that I know me well, they can come easy, they have to go one workshop for the teacher them. I see I know but you know look well that particular period. Okay. You see? If we get seasoned people there for one workshop, waiting our Ministry of Education, when I was chairman of principals, we have formed what we call subject associations. For example, we get science, we get languages, we get arts. So all school teachers, the way they teach science them, we get a meeting for all the science teachers. So all school we get science teacher. Therefore meet with them, company with the care, then go to go secondary school. We bring somebody when a chief examiner that subject day, talk to them what you observe, what are the challenges. But it not they happen now. When you reach now, I be reach that level, they now know which other country they do. Now I've been introduced them in the when I was chairman of conference of principals. If arts they meet, we invite all schools that we didn't have Natonga. Therefore send a representative when I head of department for the arts department.
Right. Okay.
If we do something in a day, it will strengthen the system.
Quickly, Mr. Koyate, when I don't begin get to now waiting to now, because quite recently before school reopened in September, when I be complaining say for 3 years when I not get teaching and learning materials from government, aside the subsidies. Maybe not the factor that they were responsible for government schools not performing better. When I don't begin get them now.
These are the factors. For example, even government for this term, the school fee subsidy for this term, first term, they not get it. Then, for the past 3 years, we'll be asking for teaching and learning materials to the schools. It has not yet been materialized. So these are the factors we are talking that is disturbing the educational system in Sierra Leone. If the schools don't get teaching and learning materials, how can they do well in the teaching? How can the teacher be committed in teaching? For example, talk about English language. I know Mr. Mino give profile solution, although his work say, then he knows some of the solutions there for let people begin and do well with the perform abysmal in some subject, like English language. I'd expect Mr. Mino for come out to teach, for give you something, one or two reasons why the people they perform so badly in English language. For example, as you rightly say, the teaching and learning materials, they're not still going at the schools then yet. Even this first-time school facility, they are not in the schools. So to answer to your question, these are some of the challenges which lead down to the poor performance in public exam for picking.
For public schools?
For public schools.
Therefore, look at chief examiner's report. WAEC now they put her online. Any school, all subjects they online.
Okay.
Now make my say me get old one them and me get for different countries, Nigeria, Liberia, Ghana, all I get the chief examiner's report. We if now only one you read them even, it will guide you for teach English, it will guide you for teach literature, mathematics, science. I get them for all the subjects. I get the books them plenty. Why go them meeting and the way some mark say Mr. Mimi get provide something now say me on the books that they can with.
So the teachers are not able to teach the English language for no them all
then at the report.
Okay, then.
Question number 1.
Okay.
Waiting to picking them fill question number 1.
Okay.
Then go give you question number 2. All day at the report.
So that journalists shall find out that report, not get that report from WAEC.
Okay.
Please.
Right.
Why do the beginning?
WAEC get them? It online now.
So WAEC get them. So it
online.
It's online. So it be also not the teacher them for go online.
Yes, it online. But me if they want anybody wants hard copy for them different country. I guess so all one day we go read them. It will guide you.
All right. Thank you very much, Sylvester. New OOR in a retired chief examiner for WAEC. Retired chief examiner for WAEC. Thank you very much also, Regional Secretary SLTU, Fode Koyate. We take time for joining me also on the show. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. We are always pleased to be here at any time.
And as always, we will continue to follow up this issue around the education sector, not only limiting our conversation on why public schools don't drop in the performance in producing the top performance in the exams. Now, let's move a little from this conversation and take some aspect into daily activities like entertainment, sports, and we'll bring you some of the headline stories also later in the show. Let's start with sports. Mohamed Kolia will bring you up to speed with the issue of the Sierra Leone Squash Association donating air conditioners to the armed forces squash courts for make the facility comfortable for play. That and more, let's join Mohamed Kolia.
Hello and welcome to the Today Show Breakfast Sport on Slik Television, channel 37, with me, Mohamed Kolia. Inside this edition of the Today Show Sport Update, we will talk about the Sierra Leone Squash Association as they go to donation to the military squash court. And this also, they go with ACE and try for help the Sierra Leone Armed Forces, the squash court for let it go get the facelift where it forget so that they go to host competitions in there. And also we go talk about the Aberdeen Beach Road, the competition, second edition way they in progress. We go also talk about Easter Lions as they win against Banta Football Club by 2-0. They win the first edition of the Sierra Leone Football Association Unity Cup. We go also talk about Didi Abu, a football philanthropist who decide for come with a football coaching seminar and also coaching clinic for young players that they get for the part of the particular seminar we get for happen inside Bo Town. We get more inside this particular edition. Let's go for a short break, and when we come, we'll go talk about them. Welcome welcome back from that short break. You still watch Today's Show Breakfast Sport on Slik Television, channel 37, with me, Mohamed Kolia. Inside this edition of the Today's Show Sport Update, we'll talk about the Sierra Leone Squash Association as they go give donation to the Sierra Leone Armed Forces. Then squash court now with Wilberforce Mayon. And we see Usai, the vice president of the association, when Edward Kabu, talk about the reason why they decide for give such donation to the military squash court.
We want to see at least every facet of society where a healthy squash players will further develop our game. When we came here, we looked at the need to have a modern court, a court where even guests that will be visiting the military, external officers, generals that will come and say, hey, what are the facilities you have to come in, access the courts, and be proud of what they are saying. So we saw the need to further equip the courts with air conditioning, and on the spot we decided that as a squash association we can come in and support. So what we are witnessing today is a fulfillment of what the promise we made on that day.
Edward Cabo continue for say, this donation no go be the last one, as them as association will continue for the monitor the development of that particular court today now Wilberforce Mayon field.
This will not be the last support you will receive from the association. We're looking at further development of the courts, the food pathway leading to the other facilities in the Mayon mess. We might also be coming in from time to time, and when the need arises, for other recreational facilities that we deem fit for our military officers that will be playing here. To us, our appeal is to encourage the military, for them to live a healthy lifestyle by playing squash. We want to see more military officers playing squash. By so doing, you'll be able to build better partnership with civilians and the general society. So on that note, I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to be partnering with you guys in further developing the game.
Then awaiting the vice president of the Sierra Leone Squash Association, winner Edward Cabo, talk about the donation we then give. And also, that we listen to General Kosowa, how he feel when they receive this particular donation from the association.
Let me, on behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff, who happens to be the senior member of the Mayon Officers Met, officers, men and women of Republic of Sierra Leone Forces, to express our sincere thanks and appreciation for this gesture. We very much appreciate your presence, and we want to convey it on our behalf to the President, in as much as this is done for the Republic of Sierra Leone Forces, but we also want you to be by us in developing it. So having said that, I want to once more thank you very much for this gesture, because this game cannot be played we quite appreciate and the level of support given by NP Sierra Leone Limited. They've done a marvelous job. But like you said, we as players now have to improve the court. We make sure that it is conducive for people to come and sit and play, entertain themselves, exercise themselves. So that was the more reason why you realized that, no, we need to have an air-conditioned room where this game should take place. And indeed, you said it, you've manifested it, and all the other promises you make, we believe it will come to pass. So on that note, I thank you very much for coming. I'll convey this to the senior membership of the Republic of Sierra Leone Forces, the gesture you've extended to us this afternoon. Thank you very much.
General Kosowa continue for say a one outsiders them can join the Sierra Leone Armed Forces Scotch Court so that mean say pass you be soldier before you can play the so they'll get for make honorary membership for people them will not also man them for they can play the.
In as much as we are trying to bring civilian honorary membership into the mess, but we have to keep the squash independent of mess operation so that we do not see the the Scotch Court as purely military-owned something, so that we cannot drive away our colleagues who may not be members of the mess, but yet they are members of the game. As long as they are members of the game, they want to feel free to play here, they must always welcome them. So we have to open this. So apart from the military competition that we intend undertaking, we also want to see maybe through the help of the Sierra Leone Scotch Association. I know Scotch courts have been established in various locations around Freetown, and this is a new court. So by selling this court to the public, we have to encourage the public to come here, and that can only be done if we have external competitions, people coming to play here externally, so that we increase our level of cooperation. It will increase our brotherliness and increase the kind of commitments that we have to the court.
Well, then I'm waiting General Kosowa talk about the donation where they receive from the Sierra Leone Squash Association. And now let me go to football. As the first edition of the Sierra Leone Football Association, the Unity Cup, Eastern Lions, champions of the Leoa Premier League, continue their dominance as they beat runners-up Winner Banta Football Club by 2-0. Clapton Beach Road Football Association continued the second edition of the tournament where they partner with Save the Beach as this particular competition to intensify. We see Usai Lumley community defeat the neighbor winner Aberdeen by 3-1. The captain of that particular Lumley community winner Alfred Genius talked to me how he feel as a captain and where he win the man of the match.
Well, really this game we play and really push our match. We are in the opponents that come hard for play with, but we take the game easy. We are in to dominate them on the first half, but we're not able. First half the game come out 0-0. We are come in the second half and dominate we in the 1-0 down, but we not relent. We push on and push on. We come and turn down the result to 3-1. Really, the magic is it. We come together as a team, put ourselves together and play consecutive ball where we do connection with players them. We come together and calculate the goal. We are in met with first. The striker win our biggest can calculate with the first second half goal. We can equalize, so we take in this come with 2 goals. We are in win the game in 3-1 game down. We come with high intensity for making winning top the table of the group. Plenty thank you to the fans them, the players them who come together and do this victory.
Still inside football, one of Sierra Leone football philanthropists when Didi Abu don't continue in good gesture for payback to the country after where he don't do donations then to several competitions them across the country. Now he don't decide for Kamwit. There's Didi Abu football coaching seminar and clinic for 8 years to 15 years picking them so that themselves will get the wisdom of soccer. This particular competition therefore starts on December the 19th, 2025. Now a grassroots coaching course and we therefore take place now different region them. But the starting force with the southern region where now the Bow Coronation Field. Now they them particular coaching course and seminar therefore take place when a 2 days coaching course and seminar from age 8 to 15 years. When all this we get for you today inside the Today Show Breakfast Sport on Slik Television Channel 37 with me, Mohamed Kolia.
And now from sports, we go to the corner outside the hot and drop, or as the drop now they hot, or as the hot side they drop. Then I just here tomorrow gets for the drama, the up and down inside the ENT world.
Happy New Week and welcome to the Entertainment Corner. As the hot, it up.
My name is Jasia Tumoy, and this is Slik TV channel 37. Of course, this is a new week and this is Monday, so definitely we get to go inside the acting that we happen over the weekend, and the weekend be quite tight, going from art to parties and much more other interesting things them will be making for them Bokuna State. But let's start with art. The Vivid Vault art exhibition will take place Friday, Nasise Drive, Lumley Regent Road, whether officially open to the public for business. And the CEO Kadiatu Kamara of Vivid Emporium, now the founder of the Vivid Vault, began this for say.
Hello everybody, my name is Kadiatu Kamara and I am the founder of Vivid Emporium and recently the Vivid Vault. And you guys are here today because we're opening the vault to the public. For over 15 years we have been collecting some of the most amazing art pieces and creating with my team some of the most amazing African fashion, textile, specifically batik. And today we open it to all of you guys. We've been running for a long time, but now we are opening up what we're calling the treasures from the motherland. So there are a lot of people here today to see what they're going to find in these little chest box of treasures that we have. So I'm very excited for this. Like I said, this is just the opening tonight, and we're staying open every day from Tuesday to Sunday, and we're having Mondays off because we have to rest. But yeah, this is the opening. I'm really excited to invite all of you guys into the vault. Let's go.
Then we get different arts from across Africa and also artists then from Sierra Leone. They get for display the artwork where they can with wearable art them, especially batik, where the models them be used for work all the way will be so exciting and fine for see.
This could you perfectly. Wow. This is only thing, white and blue. Yeah, man. This could be yours. Everything here is representing Sierra Leone. Let's give it up for the green, white and blue.
Paintings and drawings them also be get displayed where people never get for buy a lot. But no worry, more day for you for buy as they're not officially open for business. To round up the event on Friday night, CEO Kadiatu Kamara been get an auction sale of the portrait of Leticia. Away from that same Friday day, na be Halloween night, yes, na salon. As they celebrate na Oputu, they celebrate as if na we became wonderful parties, but the biggest highlight na be the climax extra spicy will take place na Cabana, and the best dress be win $100. Also, in relation to that day, people let me get a lot of comments about this Halloween party will take place na salon because other places like the corner and also chapter 1 self being get to make the same party and people let me dress according to the theme. The complaint Wakuna Street na that where it comes to your oje or traditional business them people they see them as fetish. But other man culture and they uphold. The big question today now how salon connect with Halloween. But anyways, a night was had, everybody enjoy, and of course as entertainers we all they anticipate for more. On November 8th, just for 100 leones na Paradise City, all road leads to the epic fiesta. Yes, it starts 12 o'clock. If you know say you na kumbra, can go you picking santem, go left on a house, may sleep and you can enjoy Tedo clean. Whether you fresh bikini where you don't keep it at a box, it's not done. Now time to show that sexy skin.
Fiesta. Fiesta. Fiesta.
Fritonian people, guess what time it is? This is the time for grab your swimsuit, brush jean and tank top, because a big fiesta is back again. This year, we go take you to the poolside. So are you ready for the Splash Rev edition? With non-stop good sound and a night full of energy. The big fiesta will take place now Paradise City, Aberdeen Beach. Mark your calendar for Saturday, November 8th. Just 12 o'clock afternoon. Everything gonna begin. Ordinary ticket now 100 euros standard. VIP 200 euros. It's gonna be a non-stop vibe, classic performance from different artists to grace the stage. Relax and enjoy quality entertainment with top-class DJs and fantastic crazy pool game setting. Saturday, November 8th. You will miss that you lost. So join us make easy with a big radio with crazy brunching and make a splash together. Stay tuned for more updates. Right at Epic Radio. Trust me, this one get for be epic for real. Epic Fiesta Splash Rev edition. Splash and chill.
Epic Fiesta. Epic Fiesta. Epic Fiesta.
So, if you defend side for go equalize or side for go pepper you X just for 100 leons, the VIP ticket for 200 leons. Make sure so you don't miss out because it will be amazing. Then all we get for the entertainment corner. Me and then just here tomorrow as the hot. It always a drop. And this is Slik TV channel 37. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Denejas Yatumai, for the entertainment updates. Before we close, go back to news stories and then take you to some of the events where they'll happen and where worthy for let me bring to you and analyze as well. So in a heartwarming gesture where for mark the 50th anniversary and celebration, the Wilberforce Baptist Church don't donate school material to 20 schools where benefits over 2,000 picking them now Wilberforce community especially. Aminata Kamara witnessed the event and now reports.
Which includes books, stationery and other essential learning tools, was part of the church's commitment to give back to society and support education in the area. President of the Baptist Convention, Reverend Joseph Fona, whilst giving his keynote address, emphasized the importance of education in the nation.
We all know that Sierra Leone was known as the Athens of West Africa. So there was this church has a good vision. To make us come back to that path, I want to say kudos to them. Education is the cornerstone of development, innovation, empowering individuals, communities, and nations to progress and future. Without education, no development, no innovation. My heartfelt gratitude goes to the Liverpool Baptist Church for this generous gesture, providing essential resources to support the educational journey of these our young people.
Reverend Augustine Kagbo, senior pastor of Wilberforce Baptist Church, said the initiative was a way of showing gratitude to the community that has supported the church for 5 decades and that they believe in investing in the future of children, as education is a powerful tool and they are proud to contribute to it.
Well, by the grace of God, we are here today as a way of celebrating God's grace and mercy at the Wilberforce Baptist Church. Because the Wilberforce Baptist Church is celebrating 50th of existence, 50th anniversary, which is a golden jubilee. We believe it's a time of celebration, and with the lineup programs we have today, we decided to do one of them, which is the education program of giving back to 2,000 pupils and students of various schools around the community. We are giving school bags, exercise book, geometry sets, pencil pack, pencils, and some of these are customized, customized pens and whatnot. Looking at the church existing for 50 years, we have been dealing with people, and you cannot get the church without people. So we have stayed for 50 years in the community. So one way of us celebrating, we should celebrate with the community, and this is one way to give back to the community, because the church is not just there in the community for just spiritual purposes, but the church is there for spiritual, physical, and social needs. So that's what we are doing, and we have been doing it. So celebrating 50 years, we decided to improve on the scale, you understand, to do it in a larger scale.
Gadi Sila, a teacher at one of the beneficiary schools, expressed her joy and appreciation. She stated that this is the first time an organization has done something like this for their schools.
It means a lot to our schools, okay? We are happy, as a school, we are happy that we benefit from this organization. We are so much happy. Let me say, from the first time, this is our first time really, and this is the first organization that have remembered us in this kind of situation. So we are happy. We are really happy. Well, it's very important to the parents, because some of the parents, they were not done. Let me say, since schools reopen, some of them will not be able to provide school items for their children. Some of them we are using old items to come to school, really. So with this help, it's a great help to the students and the parents.
Barnabas Sise, another teacher, also commended the church's efforts. He stated that the support will greatly enhance the learning experience of their pupils, and also promised that they will ensure the materials are used effectively and responsibly.
It means a lot, because looking at the school, we have children that are well-to-do, but we still have some children that need help. So it means a lot to the parents, at least those who are lacking them with some of those items. It is a very good privilege for them, and it's good.
So in terms of the school, what is the assurance and the sustainability of these items?
Well, as a school, we'll make sure the children are able to use these items. In fact, our school, we always monitor our kids with these school items and make sure it is well used and it is in place and it will last for a very long time.
The donation has been widely praised by educators and parents alike, with many calling it a timely intervention that will positively impact the academic performance of pupils in the Wilberforce community. Slik TV News, Aminata Kamara, Freetown.
Now, after waiting a refer to as first-hand information, when they go gather na Queen Elizabeth II ki Wataki, Osai will be a 40-feet container loss, a loss with some kush chemical them. The Civil Society Consortium on Service Delivery and Accountability don't clear state authority them, say they not do wrong, waiting and do being right. So just on Friday, we get a press conference, Osai then go for address members of the public on the substance, and they would then say police be not already judiciously disposed of. Rabia Tumansa, you get more.
consortium described the allegation as fabrication designed to tarnish the reputation of the leadership of the institution.
Chief Executive of the Civil Society Consortium, Alfonso Manley, described the recent social and traditional media reports, saying not to true. The Salone Port Authority, under the leadership of Mr. Yakuba Bio, is said unsuccessfully passed the International Ship and Port Facility Security Code audit for 3 years back-to-back. One achievement, according to Ramwe, said they underscored the port in repetition, a safe and secure place for international trade and investment. Alfonso continues says the kind of consistency international compliance make them very unlikely for the incidents of such nature for go unnoticed. Esther said the allegation designed for tarnish the image of the authority and in leadership.
You will all agree with me if you go to any airport now, as you produce Sierra Leonean passports, they'll begin to look with a different eye because of the issue of the rampant issue of drug abuse in our country. And that's not good for our country.
Chairman of the Civil Society Consortium, William Saul Lamin, say that time for the Sierra Leone they act responsibly. He continues say the kind of a way where fake news they waka, it destroy the image of the country. He emphasized said then a civil society no go sit down and watch certain misinformation undermine national progress.
But we're able to see a lot of transformation at the port. In fact, I went to a particular location. I asked somebody whether we are in Freetown, Sierra Leone, or we are in Europe. The way that particular area was looked like, you know, when we talk about hygiene, cleanliness, and all the rest of it. We are here to educate our people. We are here because right to information is also part of human rights. So that is why whenever we go out there, we get first-hand information, we come out and educate our people for them to have that first-hand information. So at the end of the day, people will not be moving here and there, having maybe false information and all of that.
For Slik Television, Ngapia Tumansaye.
Right, now we'll end the Today Show breakfast for this Monday edition. Join me tomorrow, so we'll return with another exciting and insightful episode or edition of the show. Until then, thank you to the production team for putting the show together. Thank you to you who take time for following, whether on channel 37 or with Facebook page Slik TV or website sliktv.com or YouTube channel Slik TV or even with TikTok. Thank you to the guests them also. We make them up earlier in the show. Until tomorrow, Patrick Salia here. Good morning.